Hello everyone, it's Bill Slocum. And in this short little video, I'm going to go over navigating the ArcGIS Online user interface. Now, just some quick disclaimers. Neither the National Park Service nor NC State University endorses or recommends any commercial products, processes, or services. This material may not be used for advertising or product endorsement purposes. This material is intended for educational purposes only. Neither the U.S. government nor NC State University warrants or assumes any legal liability or responsibility for the accuracy, completeness, or usefulness of any information, apparatus, product, or process disclosed. Now, on to the fun stuff. Navigating the ArcGIS Online user interface. This is not intended to be a complete review of the interface, but some of the more common items that you're going to be looking at. I'll talk about the menu bars and folders and filters. I'll talk about some content menus for my content where I store my items and folders. My favorites, how I can quickly find what I use the most often. Talk about groups and group content and our organization, my organization, the National Park Service. Now, simply navigate to the website, https://nps.maps.arcgis.com and log in with your PIV card. Now, I've already done that, so let's just bring that up. Okay, here we have the National Park Service website, ArcGIS Online website, and I've logged in using my PIV card, and you can see here that in the upper right-hand corner, I am logged in as myself, and there are several tabs at the very top of the screen, which I encourage you to look at when you have some time, but I really want to focus on my content. So I'm going to click on the My Content tab, and that's going to take me into my content. Okay, this is the basic interface that you see here. And I have, over on the right-hand side, I have folders. Now, I've got different folders to store my content, as you can see here, and I'll be focusing on my how-to videos content. You can see here that inside this folder, I have different items. I have web maps and web mapping applications. I've got a shapefile and some hosted feature layers. We'll talk about all these in other videos, but this is just to give you an idea of the content that I have stored in my folder. In addition, you can see that I have some of my content is actually shared with a group, and we'll get into the groups here in just a moment. Now, I talked about my favorites. You can see that there are little stars over here to add to favorites, and let's say that I typically use my Colonial Base Map web mapping application the most. Now, I could have a lot of items starred here, but the point is that when I do click on my favorites tab, it takes me to my most commonly used items that I may have want to access. I also have a button called My Groups, this tab up here, and this will show me all of the groups that I'm associated with the National Park Service right over here. These are all of my groups. So I have my instructional video group here. I've also got a Colonial National Historical Park group here. Also, the organization has content available for you, and you can see here that in these categories there are several categories where you can click on different items, and those are categorized for you, such as if you want to look at cultural items here, these are shared. Now, these are shared within the organization, and you can see here that the individual that has shared it is listed and when it has been created and updated. There's also the Living Atlas. You have access to this content as well to view and use as you please. Now, the Living Atlas is supported by Esri, And these data have been vetted by Esri, so it can be used within the organization. So that's navigating the interface very briefly. I'm going to go back to my content again just to recap. In my content, I have folders where I store my items, such as my web maps and my web mapping applications, and my hosted feature layers and other items such as a shapefile. And you'll see the service definition file. Please leave that alone. You don't really need to deal with that. And you can also see that I have some items shared with groups. So that is navigating the National Park Service online, ArcGIS Online interface. Thanks a lot and have a wonderful day.